This kind of woman was made for a good man. Straight up.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
Every now and then, us men will come across that one woman. She probably be off the market already, married, but being misused. And we be like, dang, man, we be wishing he fumble so we can get his diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? But we attach to our morals, so we don't do anything to break up a happy home or nothing. But we have wishful thinking. Let's be honest. But when we see these things in a woman, we just know that we'd risk it all for this one. Okay, and she exists. We know she does. Like I said, when we do come across her, very seldomly she's already off the market. Somebody already put a ring on it, and we be like, somebody was smart. Okay, so in this video, I want to describe the woman that was made for a good man and what she looks like, what she does. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna notice that in this video, I'm not gonna talk about things that are surface level or interchangeable. By no means am I referring to a bad bitch at all. But I say that to say a woman who was made for a good man can look good. Hallelujah. She can be attractive. And she can look equally as good as these bad bees. hmm So I got 10 things that are strong indicators that she is a woman that was made, built, raised, whatever happened, she belongs with a good man. She deserves a good man, and a good man deserves her. And they are a match made in heaven if they ever find each other. Because let's be fair, before I get right into it, we do a lot of talking about trifling, toxic women. We don't do enough talking about and praising and acknowledging the women of the world that were sent here as blessings to good men. Okay? The ones that aren't trying to manipulate good men, the ones who wouldn't take a good man's kindness for weakness or take them for granted. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So I'm going to tell you 10 things that are strong indicators that this woman is made for a good man. Number one, she's intentional about everything. I wasn't going to just stop and say she's intentional. No, 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 no. Being intentional, you can have bad intentions. That's still an intention. A woman who is intentional about everything and has good intentions about everything she does is with righteousness in mind. Everything she does. Okay? This is a wonderful woman right here. This woman, whatever she does, whether it's date, the job that she chooses to have, I'm telling you, it's everything I'm going to tell you. All 10 of these things are going to be generalized because they're not going to just apply to one thing. I'm not going to say, oh, a good woman will go to the store and grab this particular item. No, we're not going to narrow it down. I'm going to keep it general because a good woman covers all bases. Now, let me tell you like this. A good woman has good intentions about everything, whatever she does. And that is something that is wonderful to be around and be involved with because you're like, you can trust this woman. It doesn't matter what she did, what she said. She did it and said it with good intentions. If she's dating because she's looking to get married. She's dating to be committed. If she is shopping, it doesn't matter what she's doing. She does it with good intentions. That is one strong indicator that this is a good woman that was made for a good man. Her intentionality. She has good intentions. Whew. Number two, she's bounded by her morals. Notice I didn't just say she has morals because here goes the trick. You talk to 10 women, they're all going to say they have morals. And they think because there's something that they wouldn't do. Like they think, oh well, I would sleep with 1,000 guys in one night, hypothetical scenario, but I wouldn't unalive anybody. So they think they have morals. Okay, good woman or a woman that was made for a good man, she's bounded by her morals. So her moral grounded standards, all of those things, she's bounded. She can't go outside of. She would instantly feel not just regret but guilty. Her conscience will immediately turn on and tap in with her if she goes outside of her morals. She's bounded by them. She can't go outside of that. She refuses to operate outside of her morals. That's wonderful. You know, it's a choice. So she's not a slave. You know, she can physically do what any other woman does, but this woman is bounded by her morals. You'll hear this woman, her friends will be saying, girl, why don't you just keep your options open, girl? Why don't you just talk to multiple guys? And she'll be like, no, I'm not going to do that. Girl, you should just cheat on him. No, I'm not going to do that. She's bounded by her morals. Oh, good woman, made for a good man. We had. Number 3, she practices constraint. Again, this is universal. This is generalized. This is in all areas of her life. She constrains herself from gossip. She constrains herself from being toxic. She constrains herself from lying. She constrains herself from fighting. She constrains herself from stealing. She practices constraint all the way across the board. In relation to a relationship with a man, she will practice constraint from having multiple partners. She will practice constraint from picking fights. She is she is she's practicing self-control. Okay? She practices constraint generally. Oh my God. Beautiful. This woman is definitely made for a good man. Number 4, she chooses class over status. Say that again for the people in the back. She chooses class over status. She don't care about fitting in with y'all. She don't care about none of that. She don't want to be seen by everybody. She don't want to be in the in crowd. I heard Glorilla say in one of her new songs, uh, I'm outside because I hate it home. I'm like, then why don't you buy a new house? Let me digress. I don't hate it home. You know, and I would definitely not hate it home if I had a good woman to come home to. But here's the thing. Picking class over status. See, status is when you appear to be the it girl. You know, you appear to be the most popular. You know, you do things that increase your status by posting thirst traps. You know, OnlyFans. You know, you do all this stuff, attention seeking stuff. You know what I'm saying? You always outside because you hate it home like Glorilla. You know, but a woman who chooses class over status, she don't care about fitting in. She don't care about being seen. She's a homebody. She's focused on other things that have more moral values to her. She builds from the inside, then out. And she might look good on the outside too. But this woman, her intentionality is she's focused on what matters in life. Okay? She's mature enough to know that status is something that can be taken away as soon as somebody else with an even bigger booty, with either who got more status than you, comes along and status gone. She ain't playing that status game. She rather uphold her own class. She rather dress appropriate. She rather cover up. She rather do things that represent a woman who has class and standards and morals and things of that nature. You know, she sips her wine with her pinky finger poked out. Okay. Number 5, she desires her own family, not to be mistaken by a woman who claims to be family oriented. You can be family oriented and not desire your own family. And by desire your own family, I mean she wants to build her own family. She wants it to be hers. She wants a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage, and she wants healthy kids associated with that marriage or relationship. Hopefully, it's a marriage, but in general, again, she wants her own family outside of her siblings. Someone who's family oriented can just like spending time with their mom and their sisters and brothers and nieces and nephews. But somebody who desires to have their own family, that is their end result. That's their goal in life. And this is definitely what a good man wants. He wants a woman that is for him, a life partner, somebody he can laugh and joke with long term, get to know, depend on. That can depend on him as well. But a woman who wants her own family, something that she can call her own, she wants to be a part of something solid, that's definitely a strong indication that she's meant for a good man. Number 6, she has humility. Uh-oh. Let me describe what I mean here before I go in. Meek, compassionate, kind, generous, loving, respectful. That's humility. Not arrogant, not boastful, not loud, not condescending, not disrespectful. She's not shaming men, calling them brokey. You ain't got enough money. She doesn't do that. You can trust her with your flaws. You can trust her with your inadequacies. You can trust her with your vulnerabilities without them being tossed in your face or spread around the city. She has humility. She's humble. Okay? She's not looking to be looked at as better than you. She's not trying to exalt herself over you. She's humble. This type of woman is definitely designed and built and born, raised, intended for a good man. Number 7, she doesn't cut herself any slack. Pay attention to how I'm wording these, fellas. Because y'all know what I'm saying, but I'm wording them in a way so that you understand what I'm trying to get across here. When I tell you that this woman doesn't cut herself any slack, that definitely implies that she takes accountability. I could have just said number 7 was she takes accountability. Accountability is a word that just women are they're allergic to that word. But when you say that she doesn't cut herself any slack, this woman identifies her own flaws, whatever they may be. General statement again. It can be all the way across the board. It can be everything from the way her diet to the way her body looks to her attitude. She identifies her own flaws because she knows how to self-reflect, look inward, and then she makes adjustments. She doesn't do this. I'm just human. Nobody's perfect. I ain't ever said I was perfect. This is just me. I mean, accept me as is. As is. I didn't find you in no pawn shop. I'm not interested. And as is comes with no evolution. You don't evolve as is. And you want me to accept you as is? A woman who was made for a good man, she doesn't cut herself this kind of slack. She works on herself. She's a work in progress, if not already complete. But I'll tell you, for me, I'll take a work in progress over somebody who does no work whatsoever. Any day. This woman was definitely made for a good man. Number 8, she values peace and harmony. I had to put that with it. As soon as we say peace, a woman, they be like, oh, why I gotta be a man's peace? And a woman who values peace and harmony, she doesn't want to fight. These toxic chicks love to talk back, love to get loud, love to argue, love drama. They create it. When there's no drama, they have to create something. They wake up to that. They watch it on their phone and on the internet and on their TV. They feed off of that. A woman who values peace and harmony, she changes that. She skips that. She mutes that. She doesn't come to you with that. She's not gossiping and arguing with people. She wants quietness, zen. She wants to relax. She likes low levels of stress. Her blood pressure ain't through the roof unless it's something that's out of her control. But you know what I mean. You can be harmonious with this woman. You can get along with this woman. She values that. It's not like you're going to go 2-3 days getting along and then all of a sudden a fight breaks out between you and her because she just has to have some drama. I was finna go on a whole tangent. I'm going to stop right there, though. Could you get my point? Number 9, reciprocity comes quite naturally. She doesn't need to be told nothing. This woman is going to do for you like you do for her. This woman believes that she doesn't want to just be a taker. Gimme, me. Take me shopping, take me on trips, buy my clothes, get my nails done. Me. You can do all those things for your woman if you want to. There's nothing wrong with doing for your woman. But these toxic modern women ain't going to reciprocate nothing. And the second you ask for something or reciprocity, they get the ick. They don't no longer want to deal with you. No longer want to deal with you. Now she's tapping in with the ones that she got in the inbox waiting a month for her response to see if that man's still an option while she's with you because you're looking for reciprocity. How dare you? But a good woman, a woman who was made for a good man, reciprocity is part of her love language, baby. Absolutely. See, she's romantic beyond intimacy. Let me break that down because this is how I view romance. And I said beyond intimacy to let you know that romance isn't about sex. You okay? Romance is this, in my opinion and experience, an unspoken game that you play with your partner where it's like a competition of one-upping each other. Like you do something for that person that they didn't ask you to do. You did it on your own. You hit them with a surprise. You went to the store, you remembered that their favorite cookies and you got them. And then when they go in the store, when they go in the refrigerator, they see, babe, you got me my cookies? Absolutely. And she downloads it in her head, I got him. Oh, you gonna do something for me like that? And then when you come home from work and you go to watch your Sunday football game and you go in the refrigerator and you got a case of beer in there that you didn't buy, that's romance. Come on, man. Virtual high five. What man wouldn't like that? Crickets. Reciprocity comes with this woman because she was made for a good man. I ain't say nothing major either. That was simple. Moving on, man. Number 10. She is highly empathetic. She's an empath. Not to be mistaken with dramatic. I had to put that out there. I am not talking about some crybaby woman who finds any reason to cry. I'm just so empathetic. I just got to cry. No, that's a manipulation tactic. Most people, when they cry, they don't want to be seen. They cry behind closed doors. They go in the bathroom. A woman who's always crying in front of you, she's trying to draw an emotional response out of you. Now, this isn't 100% of the case, but I wanted to be clear. When I say a woman is highly empathetic, I'm not talking about somebody who's dramatic and cries all the time. No, I'm talking about somebody who deeply cares for other people outside of themselves. Point out one modern woman who cares about somebody else other than herself. Show me one. Show me one modern woman who will put somebody else before herself. Show me one modern woman who cares about somebody else more than she cares about herself. 0, 0, 0, scoreboard empty. A woman who was made for a good man or is fit for a good man, i.e., a good woman, her empathy levels are high. She cares. Now, I'm about to flip it because I want to be fair for the ladies, especially a woman like this who I'm describing, who deserves hats off and nothing but respect. On the flip side, let me show you something. If you play with this woman, this is what you will see. Number one, she don't take no shit. Why should she? Let me see. She will shut down anything that she deems unacceptable. That's not respectable. Now she's the kill switch hitter. Shut down. We not doing this. Strong. Oh, that sounds attractive to me. Might not to you, but that sounds attractive to me. A strong woman, a strong, good woman. Where you at? I'm accepting applications right now. Number two thing you'll see if you play with this woman, she will leave you right where you stand if you ever disrespect her. Oh my God. Why would you do that anyway? They do it. I wouldn't though. I'm looking. But she will leave you where you stand if you ever disrespect her, if you ever misuse her. No problem. And you know what? I would like to believe she has the courage to do this because she knows her value. Women have more options than men. A good woman, she has even more options because both good guys and bad boys want a good woman. Although a good man wants to keep her and the bad boy just wants to play with her, but they still both want her. Come on now. Number three, what you will see if you play with her, she doesn't give a lot of chances. She might give you one. She doesn't have to. She can grace you with an extra chance if you mess up. But you're not finna get a lot of chances. I'm going to tell you that right now. Number four, she's submissive as long as it's reasonable. I don't understand, but guys out here talking about submissiveness, women submitting as if they're a pet or a slave. This woman ain't going for that. She's not going to just shut up and not have an opinion. Whatever type of food you like. Hell, Hakeem didn't even want that kind of woman. He wanted a woman that he could respect too. Good men want a woman that they could respect too. So this respectful woman, she is requiring respect. She's requiring respect, brother. She's submissive as long as it's within reason. You can't say, get on your knees, walk, bark like a dog, walk to the store even though you got a car and get me a cheesecake. She's going to be like, who the hell are you talking to? That's a strong, good woman. She ain't going for that garbage that these red pill dudes talking about. Quick little side note on that. I heard a dude, I forget his name. I'm not a fan of him anyway, so his name is irrelevant. But you probably recognize who I'm talking about if you watch that red pill crap. The dude said, somebody asked him, how do you handle it when your girl wants to go out to eat and you and your girl don't want to eat at the same place? And he said, I don't ask my woman where she want to eat. I just take her where we're eating. This is unreasonable. And this is something that a good woman ain't going to tolerate. Okay? You're not going to make her eat nothing that she don't want to eat. And what kind of man are you to pick what a woman wants to eat? Oh yeah, dumb question. You're a red pill guy. If you play with this woman, number 5, what you will see, because she is willing to be vulnerable with you, this is deep. Because she is willing to be vulnerable to you and give you her whole self, if you betray her, she will show you better than she can tell you that you fucked up. I had to cuss on that one. She will show you. Oh, you gonna take your L, and it ain't gonna be no lowercase L either. It's gonna be a capital L. That's a guarantee. And you can red pill it out, act like you don't care, play nonchalant all you want to. When all your buddies done laughing at your little jokes and he and ha ha, and you go home, them last little 15 minutes before you go to sleep, where you got to think about how your day went, and you got to think about how that good woman is gonna get snatched up in a matter of minutes. Hell, how soon she gets snatched up is up to her, because she's desirable. She's heavily sought after. You gonna learn today. This part of this video was necessary, because some entitled dude gonna think like, oh yeah, give me a good woman. Yeah, I've had tons of good women. Yeah, you have. If you had tons of good women, that means somebody wasn't a good woman, or somebody misused a good woman, because she would still be in your life right now. If you had a brain in your head, oh, you thought you had options. Red pill. Number 6, though, because I'm going to go a little further. This is the last one. She has standards too. Bro, you got to be on your stuff too. This ain't your world. Well, it is a man's world, according to James Brown. But she's not trying to live in your world and just be an object or a tool or a helpmate or just everything for you, and have no standards of who she's doing that for. Oh, you're just a man. You got a big beard and you're 6'3" and you make $100,000 a year. So this woman's gonna say, I want to be a good woman to you. No, she has standards too. This is what you're not thinking about. I got a bonus one, and then I'm out. A good woman, she doesn't need to be told what to do. She has already done the work. She already knows what comes with being a good woman, and she just does it. She doesn't need you to teach her, train her. She doesn't need to be broken or built. You could take a good woman as is, as a matter of fact. I would. So all of that talk about submissiveness amongst the red pill community, where the 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 man feels like he needs to guide this woman. Yeah, being submissive obviously implies that the man is the leader. Cool. But when you are a leader and you're not the kind of leader that needs to throw around demands, and you lead like in an organic sense, well, you need a woman that's the same way. Like, you need a woman that submits, but you never really have to tell her nothing. So there's not really too much to submit to. It's like you don't have to open your mouth. It's like, hey, honey, I cooked dinner. Okay, what you make? Oh, I made steak and potatoes. Ooh, thank you, baby. You're welcome. That's submissive, but she wasn't submitting to an order that was given to her. Babe, make me some steak and potatoes. See, that don't even sound right to me. I'm not giving nobody, no grown woman or man or anybody, no orders. That's unreasonable. Yes, if you give a woman an order and she follows it, then obviously she's submitting to those orders. But what kind of man are you if you feel the need to order somebody around? I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jerome, and this has been yet another episode, a fair episode of the Superb Word. Until next time, y'all have a good one. 2 fingers. All right.